A bird that bleeds blue. Now get ready, what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your socks off. Have you ever heard of a bird whose feathers can actually bleed colour when they get wet? I'm not pulling your leg, mates. Imagine you're trekking through a dense, steamy African jungle. It starts to rain. You see this magnificent bird with brilliant crimson wings. As the water hits its feathers, a pinkish red colour starts to wash out, almost like watercolor paint running down a canvas. You'd think you were seeing things, right? But this is a real deal phenomenon. It belongs to one of the most spectacular, bizarre, beautiful birds on the planet. It's a true secret of the animal kingdom. We're about to dive right into its world. What a little ripper. This incredible trick of nature belongs to the Turaco family. Our star today is the biggest and boldest of them all, the giant blue Turaco. This isn't just any old bird. It's a living, breathing jewel of the forest. It's going to be a wild ride. We're heading deep into the African rainforest to find out everything there is to know about this magnificent, colour-leaking wonder. All right, let's get a good look at this absolute beauty. The giant blue Turaco Corythaeola cristata, if you want to get fancy, is the heavyweight champion of the Turaco family. And when I say giant, I mean it. This bird can be over 2.5 feet long from the tip of its beak to the end of its magnificent long tail. That's about the size of a chicken, but way more glamorous. It's a big, flashy resident of the African treetops, a true king of the canopy. Now let's talk about its incredible outfit. This bird is dressed to impress, decked out in some of the most stunning colours you'll ever see. Its body is covered in a gorgeous, deep turquoise blue, which gives it its name. But the fashion show doesn't stop there. It has a bright yellow beak with a cheeky red tip, like it just put on a bit of lipstick. And sitting right on top of its head is a fantastic blue-black crest that it can raise up and down depending on its mood. When that crest is up, it looks like a proper punk rocker of the jungle. What a legend. Its wings are where the real magic happens, though. While the giant blue Turaco is mostly blue, it shares a family secret with its smaller cousins, patches of vibrant crimson-red feathers hidden in its wings. But when it takes flight, crikey, it's a showstopper. A flash of brilliant red against that deep blue body is a sight you'll never forget. It's like it has a secret weapon of colour that it only reveals when it wants to make a grand entrance or a quick getaway. It's this splash of red that holds the key to its colour-bleeding mystery. This is the part that gets my blood pumping. Let's talk about those bleeding feathers. This isn't just a trick of the light. It's pure chemistry, and it's absolutely unique to Turacos. The incredible red pigment in their flight feathers is called Turacin. Well, it contains copper. In fact, it's about 6% copper by weight, which is an insane amount for a pigment made by an animal. No other bird, no other animal on the entire planet uses a copper-based pigment to colour itself. This is a one-of-a-kind evolutionary invention, a true marvel of nature. So how does this lead to the feathers bleeding? Turacin is a porphyrin, which is a type of organic compound you find in things like blood hemoglobin. But this one is special. It's water-soluble in alkaline conditions. Now, the rainwater in the African tropics can be slightly alkaline, and when it hits those feathers, it starts to dissolve the Turacin pigment. A tiny amount of the vibrant red colour literally washes out, creating a pinkish runoff. You can even test this yourself. If you find a shed Turaco feather and stir it in a glass of slightly soapy water, the water will turn pink. How wild is that? This bird is more than just a pretty face and some fancy feathers. It's a master of its environment. Let's look at its feet. Its fourth outer toe is Semi-Zygodactyl, which is a big word that means it can switch it forward or backward. This gives it an incredible grip, allowing it to clamp onto branches like a vice. It can run along tree limbs like a squirrel. Another thing you'll notice is its short, rounded wings. Its wings are designed for short, powerful bursts and agile glides through the cluttered environment of the forest canopy. Even its beak is a specialized tool. That bright yellow beak isn't just for show. It's strong and serrated along the edges, perfect for gripping and tearing apart its favorite food, fruit. So what does a king of the canopy eat for breakfast? The giant blue Turaco is a frugivore, a total fruit fanatic. Its diet is almost entirely fruits, making it one of the jungle's most important seed dispersers. It munches a huge variety of fruits from trees and vines. It eats in one spot, then flies or glides to another and later poops out the seeds, effectively planting new trees. Not all fruit all the time. It knows the importance of a balanced diet. It supplements fruit with leaves, buds, flowers. Occasionally, it snacks on an insect or a snail. Finding food high in the canopy is a full-time job. They spend much of the day foraging, hopping, climbing through branches for ripe fruit. They favour alkaloid-rich fruits. Alkaloids can be bitter or toxic to many animals, but Turacos handle them fine. That gives them a competitive edge, a food source mostly to themselves. These birds are anything but quiet loners, highly social creature, usually living in pairs, or small family groups of up to a dozen birds. They are monogamous, forming strong pair bonds that can last a lifetime. The pair works together to defend their territory. They work together to find food. They work together to raise their young, and crikey, can they make a racket! Famous for loud, distinctive calls echoing through the forest. A deep, rumbling cock-cock-cock, low-pitched and far-carrying. They use it to communicate across the dense canopy. Hey, I'm over here! This is my patch, mate. Clear off! Raising a family is a real team effort. Male and female work together to build a nest, a flimsy-looking twig platform high in a tree. Female usually lays 2 pale blue eggs. Both parents take turns incubating. Once chicks hatch, mum and dad bring regurgitated fruit non-stop. I told you its red pigment contains copper, but get this. The green colour in many of its smaller cousins comes from a unique copper pigment called Turaco. This makes the Turaco family the only group of birds in the world to produce their own true green pigment. Despite their size and flashy colours, they can be incredibly difficult to spot. They're masters of camouflage. Now this is fascinating. Chicks are born with little claws on their wings. Those tiny claws help chicks clamber around branches before they can fly. They've been seen chasing each other through the trees, like a game of tag, allopreening, one bird grooming another. Not just about cleanliness, it's vital social bonding. They're not just surviving. They're enjoying life in the canopy. What a beautiful thing to see. Now, for such a big, bold, beautiful bird, the giant blue Turaco faces some serious challenges out there in the wild. One of its biggest threats is habitat loss. These birds are specialists. They need large areas of undisturbed primary rainforest to thrive. As forests are cleared for logging, agriculture, human settlements, the Turaco's home is shrinking. They can't just pack up and move to any old patch of trees. They need that specific, complex environment that only a mature forest can provide. Another major danger for this magnificent creature is hunting. Because they are so large and colourful, they are a target for bushmeat hunters in some parts of their range. While a bit of traditional hunting might be sustainable, modern pressures can quickly push local populations to the brink. It's a heartbreaking thought that such a stunning animal could be hunted for its meat or its feathers. We have to work with local communities to find ways for people and wildlife to coexist peacefully. Predation is a constant threat, especially for eggs and young chicks. Life in the canopy isn't always safe. Clever predators like large snakes, eagles, and even monkeys are always on the lookout for an easy meal. This is why the parent birds are so vigilant and protective. They have to be on guard 24/7 to keep their precious little ones safe. The flimsy nest they build is a risky place, and the first few weeks of a chick's life are the most dangerous. The good news is that the giant blue Turaco has a very large range across Africa, and it's not currently considered to be globally endangered. Its population is listed as least concern. But, and this is a big but, that doesn't mean we can relax. Local populations in many areas are declining due to the threats we've talked about. It's a warning sign. It tells us that we need to act now to protect their forest homes and reduce the pressures of hunting. We can't wait until they're on the brink of extinction. We have to be proactive and make sure these jungle jewels are around for generations to come. So there you have it, the giant blue Turaco. What an absolute marvel of an animal. From its sheer size and dazzling blue coat to its punk rock crest and secret crimson wings, this bird is a living work of art. It's a creature that reminds us that nature is the greatest artist of all, capable of creating things so strange and beautiful that they almost seem magical. The fact that its feathers can bleed colour is just the cherry on top, a bizarre and brilliant quirk that sets it apart from every other bird on the planet. It's a true one of a kind. But this bird is so much more than just a pretty sight. It's a vital part of its ecosystem, a true guardian of the forest. As a dedicated fruit eater, it plays a massive role in spreading seeds and helping the rainforest to regenerate. It's a gardener, a planter, and a forest manager all rolled into one big blue feathery package. Without birds like the giant blue Turaco, the health and diversity of the African rainforest would suffer. Its existence is tied directly to the well-being of its home, and the forest's well-being is tied to it. It's a perfect circle of life. When we learn about an animal like this, it does something special. It sparks our curiosity and fills us with a sense of wonder. It reminds us that there are still so many secrets out there in the wild, so many incredible stories waiting to be discovered. The story of the Turaco, with its copper pigments, its social chatter, and its clawed chicks, is a powerful reminder that the natural world is infinitely complex and fascinating. It makes you want to get out there, to explore, to learn, and most importantly, to protect the habitats where these amazing creatures live. Ultimately, the giant blue Turaco is a symbol of what we stand to lose if we're not careful. It represents the wild, untamed beauty of our planet's rainforests. Every time we look at a picture of this bird, or hear its deep, rumbling call, it should be a call to action for all of us. We have a responsibility to protect these treasures. By protecting the homes of animals like the giant blue Turaco, we're not just saving a single species, we're saving an entire world of wonder. What a beautiful, beautiful creature, and what a privilege it is to share the planet with it. Beauty!